Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special episode of the College Football Tailgate, where we are doing a little quick recap of the college football weekend, week one, while also giving you a preview of Monday Night College Football, the premier matchup of Clemson, Georgia Tech, the matchup we all want to see on a Monday night. Eric, Uncle Rico, how you doing, man?
Doing good, dude. Got the first half under home last night in Florida State LSU. I actually pivoted with the line got up to 4.5. I went to Florida State last night.
God, I got LSU at 3, I believe, throughout. I come away with both these teams looking all right. I think LSU is going to be really good in like 2 or 3 years.
LSU's got some offensive line issues, man.
Yeah, that's a major factor.
It is worse than I thought it was. When we talked about it with Gino on Friday, I said both
Daniels was running for his life.
LSU's offensive line is way worse than I initially thought it was.
It's terrible. It's really bad. That was the Sunday Night Football. You want to go through? Okay, I got a couple games that we should talk about from Thursday on to all the way to Saturday and Sunday. First off, shout out our Central Michigan Chips for getting the cover in the Oklahoma State game. They came back in that one.
My takeaway from that is Oklahoma State couldn't stop shit.
Well, they did lose their defensive coordinator, so.
They were up 51-15, dude.
Yeah, it's actually super impressive how badly they let this one almost slide away.
51-50. Richardson was throwing the ball all over the field, dude.
Yeah.
All over the field. CMU, they lost 2 offensive linemen to the league, and
they're still going to be dangerous
legit.
in the MAC.
They're legit. They're legit.
How about the backyard brawl? Pitt 38, West Virginia 31. I still think this was the game of the weekend. This game was so fun.
Oh, dude, great game. I was able to get that West Virginia plus 7.5 home. JT Daniels made some mistakes.
Yeah.
I felt when Pitt opened it up a little bit more, threw the ball a little bit more, the offense looked a lot better.
I think so too.
For the first quarter, they ran the ball way too much.
When they get away from what Narduzzi wants to do, they look better. But I want this game to be back forever. I love the backyard brawl. It was awesome.
There's certain games that should always be on a schedule. This is one of
them. Shout out your Kansas Jayhawks 56, Tennessee Tech 10, getting it done.
Dude, they're live. They're live. 13.5 next week against West Virginia. They're live.
Is it at West Virginia?
Unfortunately.
I might stay away from that one, but if anything, I might take West Virginia. I don't know. Iowa 7, South Dakota State 3. Did you catch any of this one?
I had it on. We talked about it during our Big Ten preview. We talked about how elite Iowa's defense was and how
terrible
putrid
Spencer
their offense is. And for them to cash that plus 400 ticket we're sitting on, they need to make a quarterback switch because
they do. He's terrible.
Absolutely putrid.
2 safeties and a field goal to get to 7 points.
That's how they got to 7. That is unflipping believable. It's also it's embarrassing. It's
embarrassing. On the flip side of that, you had UNC versus App State, where UNC won 63-61.
They were down 28-7 at one point.
They were down 28-7, and App State was down like something.
Both teams 40 points in the
fourth quarter. Both teams combined for like 62 points in the fourth quarter.
There
was no defense in this game.
No defense whatsoever. Absolutely no defense. Defense optional. Speaking of defense, Razorbacks took a big hit. They were down to their 3rd string DB.
Yeah, Arkansas 31, Cincinnati 24. The injury bug for Arkansas. Major.
And if Bryant, the quarterback from Cincy, could have made any throws, he looked
Arkansas
bad.
Was in trouble. Arkansas got lucky.
Really, really bad. There was plenty of throws. Cincinnati's defense still physical, didn't have as big a drop as I thought it would have. Offensively, they just, even though they did put up 28 on Arkansas, no 24 in
24.
24 in Arkansas, the ball was moving when the injury bug hit Arkansas. Offensively, Cincy's going to struggle this year.
Yep. I still think Cincinnati will be a good AAC team, but congratulations on Arkansas. You won a game where you look sloppy in. NC State 21, ECU 20. Nail biter.
Oh my God. I'm pissed because I almost took ECU. I did
too.
NC State committed to run the ball. That's a tough environment to play in. I feel that if I'm spacing the ECU's quarterback name, I had no action going to the 12 o'clock slate, so that was the game I was watching. If he just played a little better, they would have won that game.
If that kicker actually knew how to kick and made the extra points.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, Akers did leave a lot of throws off the board.
God, did he? Did he ever? Okay, I gotta rub this one in your face. I'm sorry.
Before you rub it all over my face.
Okay.
I mean, quick thing. Houston is good, but very
Houston 37, UTSA 35.
Very undisciplined and unorganized. A complete wild card with what you're going to get. UTSA,
still good.
That's the coach you want to hire in Nebraska.
I would love him as my head coach. He's in my top 5.
That's the guy you want, because where he has this program is absolutely insane.
The thing is, though, I think he has such deep connections with Texas, I don't think he would leave the state.
Oh, so it would have to be an in-school, or you think he's a lifer there?
I don't know if he's a lifer at UTSA, but it'd have to be like a move to like a Texas Tech or a TCU, or like if the Texas job ever opens up.
It would have to be something like that.
Yeah, like he's like such deep rooted in like the Texas high school recruiting scene that it's nuts. I'd love him for Nebraska. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he would come. Also, as weird as Houston looked, we did get like a Heisman moment from our boy Clayton Tune.
Yeah, he put up some numbers, but I'm just saying
that hurdle though. That's a moment right there.
That is a moment, but I don't understand like why they weren't attacking the DBs of UTSA earlier in the game.
Dana Holgerson's weird.
Yeah, he's got great hair though. God damn, he's got some hair on him.
BYU 50, USF 21.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this, dude. Let me preference this. My thought process, I feel, was right.
It was solid thought process. Going in.
Thought process was right. You know, I lost a good chunk of money on that game. But the thing that gets me is I'm here watching this game, and for whatever reason, USF kept on trying to throw the wide receiver screen, throw it out to the flank. It's like, dude, 6 plays in, I could tell that's not going to be working, guys. You know what I mean? Like, there was no in-game adjustment whatsoever from them. And it's like, as soon as there was this play, I think it was either 7-0 or 14-0. BYU, like the quarterback threw the ball. It was initially for like ruled a backwards pass. South Florida returned it. Okay. Everyone's all hyped up. Play got overturned. Totally right play. It was close. The first time it happened, I thought it was a backwards pass. After the replay, I was like, nah, it's a forwards pass. It was like the life of him just got stuck out. It was like my 5-year-old nephew when he's told he can't have pizza for dinner. Just completely just not adapting to the situation. USFF, you know, I'll give you credit. They're bad. The coach, he ain't it. I was wrong. I'll
BYU's that team, dude. BYU's that team. They're going to win the Pac-12 this year.
They look good. They look good. I'm going to say this, though. This could be, I think, one team. Now, you may call me crazy. At the beginning of the game, Bo Nix and Oregon were moving the ball against Georgia. Then 2 picks, and the wheels just fell off. Do you feel Georgia could be No, but my thing is this. Do you feel like Georgia could be a little overvalued when they start the SEC season?
Oh, possibly. I was coming into the season. I didn't think Oregon was going to be that good. We'll just talk about it. Georgia 49, Oregon 3, an absolute thrashing. Oregon, new head coach, like new, like their defense has been kind of falling these last couple of years, and I think Bo Nix is a terrible quarterback.
Yeah, I
They're
mean,
not a
there's
good
good
team.
Bo, there's good Bo and bad Bo, and we got the bad Bo.
Yeah, you're gonna get the bad Bo more often. I call Bo Nix the Wish.com Johnny Manziel. Like that's what I
That could be
call
the
him.
best. That could be the best analogy ever.
But like Georgia, they're still a good team. Their offense is still really good. They're still the favorite in the SEC East for a reason, but I think they might be a little overvalued, especially with the way Florida looked. Like Florida looked pretty good.
I mean, they ran. I think it was like for 280. They
Georgia
ran for
did.
well over 2 bills. Florida did
Oh
against
yeah,
the
Florida.
Utah defense.
Exactly. Florida, I think is
I
going to be
mean,
a
if
dangerous team.
Napier is able to bring that physical running game, and Richardson can play like he did, Florida is going to be something to keep an eye on. We mentioned it a couple times when we talked about UTEP. That kid Crowling, who is their dynamic playmaker, went to Arizona. He's going to help that offense a lot. I mean,
Yeah, Arizona with the upset over SDSU.
they looked much improved. Real quick, I'm going to say this. I'm going to open this up for you. Now, this is how I feel. Okay. I don't know what primetime game was on your main screen, but mine was Georgia State, South Carolina. Nothing pisses me off as a gambler when you have a team catching close to 2 touchdowns, drives the ball down the field the first time they get it. Okay. And then what do? Could easily take 3. I want the 3. Like in that situation right there, as someone that's a coach, someone that has a psychology degree, first series of the game, I want points. I want to put scoreboard pressure on a young, inexperienced team. Going for it, not putting any points there. I absolutely hated that. I was so fuming on that.
Maybe their kicker is really bad.
What now?
The only thing I can think of is if their kicker is like really, really bad.
Their kicker's not that bad. I mean, South Carolina's kicker, first time kicking, did hit a 53 and 51 yarder. That was cute.
I'm kind of with you. Like I want to just, if I'm that scrappy underdog team, I want to put points on the board
and put some scoreboard pressure. Dude, Frank Gore Jr. Like
fantastic.
I mean, Southern Miss in position to win the game when their starting quarterback goes out with an injury, and Frank Gore Jr. is basically just running Wildcat and every 5 times passes it. I mean, that kid's legit. What about the one I wanted to ask you about is Notre Dame better than we thought, or Ohio State worse than we thought?
I think Ohio State tends to have early season mess ups. That's why everyone was on Minnesota last year, and in hindsight, I should have been on Notre Dame this year. Ohio State seems to like have slow starts to season sometimes, but I bet by end of September, October comes, they'll be back to their powerhouse selves. Once conference play starts, they'll just be Ohio State.
And
that defense is still good. I think that Ohio State defense is good. Notre Dame is maybe a little better than I thought.
Notre Dame a little better than that? All right.
Maybe a little better.
And dude,
not a top 5 team.
What about the Fighting Orangemen, dude?
I was gonna fucking say Syracuse just laying it on Louisville.
I mean, 31-7. Malik Cunningham only $152, 2 INTs.
Babers.
Syracuse changed their offense. Looked a lot better.
Good.
Kent State. I'll tell you what. You put up 20 at Washington. They looked better than I thought they would too.
They looked way better than I thought they would.
Especially with the changes going on too. So
Coastal beating Army by 10.
You know what? But that's the thing. You get the whole. I'll say it right now. I think Army's live next week against UTSA. I
think so too. It was a sad day for the troops because Navy lost outright to Delaware as well.
Yeah, what the hell was that? Does that coach make it out of the year?
Niamatalolo, I think he does.
You think so?
I think he makes it one more year.
Jeez, dude.
His early tenure is just so crazy. Like, he was so good. Navy was so good those first, 5 years he was there.
I mean, that's just a bad loss, dude.
It's not great.
He's UTSA, dude. They lose to Houston at overtime, have to go play Army, which is tough, and then at Texas.
Yeah, Army's live.
Our
Speaking of which, so
Army,
Texas 52, ULM 10, Alabama 55, Utah State 0. Alabama's going to like walk Texas, right?
yeah, I didn't watch one snap of the Texas.
I
would
didn't either.
I would be shocked if Texas covered that number, but I'm not going to bet it. No way in hell.
Just a glowing, is this live? Fuck yeah, it's live, bro. Fuck yeah, it is.
Justin.
Last game of the night, Sunday night, Western Kentucky 49, Hawaii 17. I was wrong on Hawaii. I'll flat out say it. Hawaii may be the worst team in football.
No. Temple's the worst team in football.
I think it's between probably Hawaii, Temple, and maybe Charlotte.
Temple only put up $179 total offense
Against Duke.
Let that sit in. $179.
Can we get a game of Hawaii versus Temple?
Jesus. How do you only put up $179 against Duke?
Yeah, Temple's really bad.
I mean, Temple, they may not win a game this year.
I don't think they will.
I mean, there's no line against Lafayette. There's no line against Lafayette. Oh my God, dude. What a day of college football on the 24th of September. Because we have UMass against Temple, Duke against
That would be massive.
Kansas. Duke against Kansas, dude. That's college football heaven for me.
Should we stream both those games?
I mean, should we just get dirty and just like have it both going on? Jeez.
Just be like pigs and slop right there, just living it up.
Dude. Unbelievable, dude. What a day of college football, man.
You want to talk about tonight's game?
You know what, dude? I got one play in tonight's game, my friend.
I'll give it out real quick. It's Clemson, Georgia Tech. Clemson, as it stands, is a 24.5-point favorite. Over under set at 51. I got Clemson at 23.5.
I played Clemson for the first half minus the 13.5. Georgia Tech is only returning 8 starters, 5 on offense, 3 on defense. Georgia Tech offensive line, the unit starting today, only has 37 career starts. I know they added Pierce Quick from Bama. Everyone's like, oh, wow, they added a Bama transfer. This guy played absolutely 3 snaps last year from Bama. They did add Paul Tecco from Clemson, a little bit more experience, but the only reason he transferred is because he lost his starting job. I don't know how this front 5 is going to stop Clemson's defensive line, who's returning all 4. All 4 of them could easily be All-Americans. I think it's going to be hard for Georgia Tech to get anything going. And I think Dabo wants to make a statement. I think he saw what Bama did, saw what Texas did.
Georgia
did. I think he wants to come out. I think he wants to make a statement. I'll take Clemson to come out hot in the first half. I'll lay the 13.5.
I see it right. So live right now, I'm seeing 14.5. I'll lay that too. I'll take Clemson minus the 24.5. I took them 23.5. I like them 24.5. There's a real world scenario where Clemson's offense doesn't look fantastic and they still win this 28-0.
What is give me a do you see a team total?
Team
Georgia.
Total, let me take a look. Let me see if I can
Georgia
see it.
Tech.
Okay. 13.5.
Yeah, I kind of like that under team total.
Minus 160.
Oh, minus 160, no way.
Yeah, minus 160 on the under, plus 120 on the over.
No way, man. No way.
Yeah,
no way. That's a pass for me. I'll take.
If you go Georgia Tech first half total points, 6.5, minus 115 both way.
Lean the under right there, man.
I lean the under.
I'd lean the under, but you know what? I got my minus 13.5. I'll stick with that.
I like it. I'll take Clemson minus 24.5. That'll be my play. You rate it? Are you ready to fucking live show tomorrow?
Are we going live tomorrow? Oh yeah, big news. Uncle Jim coming on the ETOF 2-1 Sports Show. I got like 3 big announcements to make on that show too. 3 big announcements
before the game starts. Go for it.
One. Oh, no.
Oh,
More
on the
open.
show you have announcements.
On the show, I have an announcement, dude. On the show, I have an announcement, dude.
Oh.
On the show, I have two big announcements, excuse me. So looking forward to that. Jim is going to be on. We're going to be talking a little NFL, talking a little college, and I got some personal questions I want to ask Jim too.
I will be here to answer anything that you want, Eric. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for watching our little college football recap, little preview show of tonight's game. We'll be back. We might be back Wednesday or whenever. We'll give you a little preview of the upcoming games for this college football weekend on the College Football Tailgate. My man Eric, find me on his show tomorrow. Find me at XFL Gym. Find him at eToff21 Sports. Love you guys. Peace out. Bye.